Now, verse 8 says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." So this really stood out to me because it's all about our thoughts. It's about what we focus on. Yeah, and then verse 9 says, "Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put into practice, and the God of peace will be with you." So it's interesting that verse 9, it really links with verse 8 in the sense that peace is linked with our thoughts. And so some things that God was highlighting to me is that what we focus on matters. We need to submit our thoughts to Jesus. And reading his word transforms our thoughts. And that when we do that, it gives us access to his peace. It's a supernatural peace. I have experienced supernatural peace that the world has not been able to give me, because we worship and we believe in a supernatural God. So it's his peace that transcends all understanding. So we receive his peace when we dwell and abide in him. He wants us to come to him. And the other word that stood out to me in verse 9 was the word practice. You know, we hear that as a familiar word. And what does practice mean? Practicing something means we should be pursuing something as believers. It's a daily thing. It's not a one-off thing. Like, okay, today I'm gonna read your word, and then tomorrow, Lord, I'm not gonna read your word. Like, today I'm gonna pray, tomorrow I'm not gonna pray. You know, we need to practice pursuing Jesus so we can pursue his peace. Practice is something that you do. It's a doing word. It requires repetition, consistency. The more you do something, the better you get. And it made me think about how it's actually a discipline to submit your thoughts to God. Like, it's a discipline to, as it says in the word, take your thought captive and give it to God. It's not a thing that is overnight. And I just want to encourage you that if you're sitting there and you're going, okay, you know, I've tried to do this today and I've still got a battle going on in my mind. Well, you have to keep going. It's through prayer and petition. You have to keep seeking him. You have to keep repeating this. You have to be consistent. And the reason why you have to be consistent is because as you're doing that, you are breaking down strongholds that were built up in your mind. So you're getting stronger. It's like exercising a muscle. Like, if you're called to do a race, you're called to run a marathon, you don't just suddenly wake up and you run a marathon. You train every day. And what happens when you train? Your body gets stronger. Your mindset actually gets stronger too, because you begin to overcome things that were once small, and those things that you found hard are now becoming easier. So it takes repetition to build new patterns and break old habits, and that's what God wants us to do. That's why he's saying, put into practice the teachings, the things I've taught you. So I just want to encourage you today not to give up and to seek his face.